Hey everybody, welcome to Go Get It by Getitlex Motivational Mindset, the podcast. Today we rocking with Chris.
What's up? How's everyone? Thank you, fam.
So thank you. I know you're very busy. You got a bunch of buku things going on right now in the city, and
Yeah,
I appreciate you taking your time out to
thank
come
you.
on here and drop some jewels for the people.
Yes.
Um, it's a lot of people that need some motivation, and I know you got a lot of it to give.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about who you are. Tell the people.
Yeah. First and foremost, I'm Chris Giles. If you don't know me, I consider myself a man in the community. You understand what I'm saying? I'm out here. Got a lot of different things going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a brand owner. I'm a father. I'm a family man. Um, what else? I'm a mentor. I'm a mental health professional. Um, I wear a bunch of different hats. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I would just like somebody to consider me a good person. Outside of that, though, but that's just me. I'm busy. I'm busy.
Is
That's who I am.
the
I'm busy.
best way to be.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the first hat that you wear. Well, not the first. We talk about one of the hats that you wear. Clearly, is your clothing line on
Yeah.
Xchange. So let's talk about how you started. How did you start this clothing line? Like, what was the big?
I initially started right when I used to rap, right. So like I said, if you know anything about me, I've been here forever. I'm rooted. My roots are here in Richmond, Virginia, Southside. I used to rap. Me and my guy, Biggie Tom, my brother Pep, we had a label on the Block Entertainment. So we used to do. We did music for a while. You know what I'm saying? Some unfortunate events happened, so we had to shut that down. But the creative juices were still flowing, right? Like I still felt like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to rap, even though I would still write raps. I didn't want to rap anymore, but I still felt like creative. So I'm sitting at home one day, I'm Googling. I do a lot of research, and if you ever heard any of my interviews, they never change. The scripture's the same. I tell you straight up, I do a lot of research when I'm setting in the crib. YouTube's on, Google, whatever. So I'm in here one day. I said to myself, well, I want to do something. So I'm looking at YouTube, a couple of different Google a couple of different clothing lines. You know how the algorithms go. So
Mm-hmm.
all that related content just kept scrolling up. So boom, Nipsey, a marathon clothing. He had did something like a commercial. He had did a commercial, and it was all him. It was like what's the word? It was like a street look, a commercial for his some street vibes for his clothing line for the marathon clothing. And I watched it, and I didn't know much. This was before everything. This was like 17. He hadn't even dropped the album. He hadn't begun to hit his stride yet. You know what I'm saying? Bless his soul. Unfortunate what happened to him, but he hadn't begun to hit his stride yet. So when I'm looking at it, it comes on. It's Nipsey Hussle, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. But of course, at the time, I couldn't wrap my mind around like the actual production of the clothing. So where else do you start outside of like t-shirts? So I got with my older brother who was my partner, Pep, CEO Pep. I had a conversation with my older brother and I said, bro, I know what we can do. Let's do t-shirts. We can do t-shirts. So we sat down, we put together a quick play, got with Ty over at Crazy Tees. He was just jumping off the um, so like not to change the subject, but when I see my guy doing good, big shout out to him. He's doing a lot of great things right now with his business, and it kind of reminds me how we just came off the porch together and we always shout each other out. But back to the story, right? So, um, I, I tell my brother like, man, let's do teas. You know what I'm saying? Let's do teas. We put a play together. We get like 100 teas the first run. We get 100 teas. We come up with some designs. We sat down. I came up with some designs. Drew them all. Passed them off to my cousin. God rest his soul, Ski. He uh he brought back all my designs. I sketched them, he drew them. So everything you see me with, all my designs, right? Most of them are hand drawn. You know what I mean? Which brings a certain element to them. You know what I mean? They're not computer generated or whatever. They were hand drawn by my cousin and Ski. Like I said, rest his soul. He left us last summer, missing. But so he passed me off so many great designs, and we was like, let's go. So we post up. We set the post out. We tell people we got t-shirts. We set up at Crazy Tees. This before he moved the shop from the East End to where he was a while ago. Ty let us set up shop in there. And man, we told people we were selling T-shirts, and we might have sold our first 100 T-shirts in 2 days. That's when I knew we was on to something. Because I would see people, you know, try to do similar things and struggle a little bit with, you know, and you know, no discredit to them because it happens like that. I've had times where, you know, some of my stuff moved a little slower than prior drops, right? But those 100 T-shirts went so quick, we knew we was on to something. So you know, then my friends, you know, people began to wear it. You began to see it. Like, this is the logo. This is one of our first. This is the OG flag. So we put this out first, along with a couple of other designs. But you began to see them everywhere. Then my friends started to wear it. You know, we do a pop-up series at Bella's every second Friday of the month. We have Bella's on Ironbridge. We do a pop-up series, and so we allow people to come in and kind of like get the merch. And those nights were becoming bigger and bigger. So we felt like, you know, we was on to something. We felt like the brand was moving in the right direction, which gave us the motivation to try to figure out more ways to, you know, increase our product, generate more product, manufacture more product. And bam, here we are today.
So when it comes to manufacturing your product, how was the process once you knew, you put in your mind the plan for expanding or getting more product, more items? How was it as far as finding a manufacturer and making sure that it was what you wanted?
I was getting middleman in the very beginning because my wife had a cousin that he was manufacturing like sweatshirts, hoodies, stuff like that. You know, he had got away from doing T-shirts. And he was doing more of the cut and sew. So I just tapped into that. Outside of doing my own research, you know what I'm saying, I tapped into that, and I rocked with him for a little while, and I felt like I was getting, you know, the business of a third party, you know what I'm saying, it becomes the wear on you. So once again, I go back to YouTube, I go back to Google, and I begin to look for my own manufacturer. And I found a few. And in the beginning, you know, you get discouraged because when you speak to them, you know, they have a thing called MOQ, which is quantity, number of quantity, and it's always a very high number. And you look at it and you say, well, I don't need 2,000 T-shirts, you know. But what you do is you try to reach out to those people and try to build some type of rapport, try to build some type of relationship, keep contacting you. Just explain to them what you're trying to do, and you know, ask that, you know, hopefully they grow as your business grows. You know what I mean? I might can't reach your MOQ now, but if you allow me to, you know, come in and you work with me at this level and allow me to develop this quantity, then maybe we can move to a space where I'm getting that in those kind of numbers. So and then you just gotta be determined too. You know what I mean, when dealing with some of these people, because it's not made to be easy, right? So when you dive in and you get to talking to some of these people, you know what I'm saying, some of the conversations can be discouraging, but you got to know that's what you want, and you just keep going. You know what I mean? You keep going, and you'll find your way. Cause that's just how that works. If you keep going, if you stay at something, eventually you're gonna break through.
So being that you had these times with the manufacturers where you had to, like, you know, build a rapport and, you know, things wasn't going too right. So
Yeah.
was it a time that you trusted in someone after you built the rapport as far as the manufacturing is concerned, and they didn't, the order that you placed or the quality of the items wasn't up to par? Like, did you ever have a situation like that? And if you did, how did you deal with it?
I'll be honest, I had more situations like that inside of the States. Like here in the States, dealing with manufacturers here. Once I went outside, I didn't have those kind of issues. Like dealing with manufacturers abroad, you don't really have those kind of issues because I don't know, man. It's just something about them. They just want to make sure they maintaining the business. They want to make sure it's going right. So, you know, they play fair. But when I did have those issues, I would get like stuff like maybe like a couple malfunctions, one sleeve longer than the other. Stuff like you see in TJ Maxx, like that stuff real. You know what I'm saying? The stuff you see that goes to the TJ Maxx and the Marshalls, the little stuff with the small defects, but you really can't tell. I've had some of those, but I've never had an issue where I tried to address something and, you know, I was just like, shooed away or wasn't handled in a professional manner. I've been lucky thus far, but I have had those issues. There's not none as of late.
So as far as your actual your brand and your name, tell me who does your line? Who does it cater to? Like, who is the audience you're trying to reach with your apparel?
My audience is, well, my apparel is streetwear, and streetwear is just, some people, you say streetwear to people, they say, oh, well, no, you ain't no thug, you ain't in the streets. No, that's not streetwear. Streetwear, the definition of streetwear is just as simple as hoodies, t-shirts, graphic tees. Streetwear kind of the term and everything kind of originated skateboarding. You know, skaters originated that term. You know what I'm saying? So I came in. I know that we as a culture, we like those pieces, those t-shirts, those hoodies, the tracksuits, the sweatshirts, things of that nature. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take that vibe, but when I came with the designs, I wanted to cater more to people who didn't ride skateboards, if that makes sense. Make it more broader. You know what I mean? Come with some designs that, like I said, people that didn't ride skateboards could relate to. Graffiti. That's big on our basis. Some of our designs, a lot of graffiti, a lot of street art. Like I said, this flag. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So with all that being said, what is it about your brand? Like, what is it about you and your brand and how you promote it that make people want to buy?
I think, I've been told that, that's what the consumer gravitates to, our ability to market and get the product to the people. You know what I mean? We are, we do a lot of guerrilla marketing, a lot of flyers. We do a lot of, we like an old record label. We still got a street team. You'll still see stickers. You'll still see, we had billboards. We on our third billboard on our third campaign right now. We got a billboard coming, and the end of this month. No, in the middle of August, we got another billboard going up. We have we our first one went up last year about this time. Our second one was just up about 2 or 3 months ago down broad on VCU campus. So we're firm believers in getting the product to the people, making the product visible. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can, like, people like to say nobody don't buy my stuff, nobody rock with me. How they gonna buy your stuff if they don't know about your stuff?
Right.
You're being way too hard on yourself, and you're also being hard on the consumer, because you're accusing them of something. Like, you're saying, well, you don't buy my stuff. Have you ever asked yourself, is your stuff visible? Is your stuff accessible? You understand what I'm saying? Like, people get caught up in Instagram and Facebook posts. That might work for some people. That's not going to work for everybody, because everybody doesn't have an audience that will support something like that. Exactly. Everybody doesn't have a humongous amount of followers that's going to support and be able to spread the word. So your Facebook post and your Instagram post are not really going to help. You're going to have to dump some paper behind those. You got to put a budget behind some of that stuff. And Facebook and Instagram got paid posts. They got paid budgets.
Exactly.
Like people get caught up. I tell people all the time, Facebook fools gold. Like, please don't get caught up in a Facebook post, my dog. Don't think because you have 120 some likes on Facebook that the word is out. Facebook consists of family, friends, old high school classmates. You're not gonna be able to run a business off family, friends, and old classmates. You gotta get that noise outside of that. You have to allow that to reach ears outside of those groups. That's how you spread. That's how you're not gonna be able to run a business. You're only gonna be able to run a business for so long off family and friends. Right? Exactly. Family is only gonna support for so long. You got to get that thing out there and broaden your audience. You understand what I'm saying?
1 second, my kids is not catching. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you gotta get them.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
No, get them in there. No, you gotta get them in the jump. That's real. It be like that sometimes. A live podcast, it be like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, what's up, everybody? Y'all chime in. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot to be doing.
All shows have commercial breaks. We good.
I'm sorry.
All shows have
okay. Breaks. All right. So, on top of all that, tell me how important besides marketing and all that, is being personable and having good customer service.
That's number one. That's you have to be approachable. You have to have good customer service. Nobody wants to deal with someone who feels like who kicks off negative. Excuse me, who kicks off negative vibes, right? Like when someone's purchasing from you, or taking their time and their resources to vibe with your business or whatever. It's important that you make them feel like they appreciate it. Because they could have took that money anywhere, especially with you being like a up and coming, or even if it's your best friend in the world, they could have easily taken that bread somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you talk about like buying a piece of clothing online. The market's saturated. Like you said, you could bend the corner and everybody got a t-shirt. Everybody's selling something. Everybody's got a streetwear line. Everybody's selling clothes. And it's cool. But what's going to separate you? You understand what I'm saying? If you stand on the corner and it's 10 people with a t-shirt, what's going to separate your t-shirt or your business from the other 10? And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be your customer service. It's going to be your marketing. And it's going to be your presentation. It's going to be those 3 things that get you over the hump, right? And if those 3 things are not solid, then you're going to have to go back and you have to reevaluate and have a conversation with yourself. Ask yourself, how serious about this are you really? You understand what I'm saying? And that's with any business, not just like clothing or whatever. How serious are you about like really doing it? Does it mean enough to you that you're going to put your money into it? I know you heard the old slogan, it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
Like it's going to take some money to bring some visibility to what you got going on. People, like I said, people go on a frenzy and they just, they get so angry and just, get into the what nobody supports me type thing. But and it's another thing people say, well, people only support the known people or the. I don't understand that. Like, and I'm not talking. I've seen that post over 30 times in the last year and a half, maybe 50 times since I've been doing clothes. But it'll say people only support the popular people. If it's not so much popular, it's known.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it is.
So if we're focusing on known, then all you have to do is go and make your product known. Bring awareness to your product. Make people know your product. It's not about, especially at the local level, it's never about, nobody's going to buy foreign exchange in Atlanta because they know Chris Giles. I'm not from Atlanta. They don't know me. I had to make my brand visible in Atlanta. I had to make my brand visible. I'm from Southside. I had to make my brand visible on the North Side. I had to make my brand visible on the East End. I had to make my brand. I've never once thought that, me just being a person of the community or maybe a known person, that was going to carry my business to the next level. You understand? I recognize the benefits in it, yeah. But if just being known, if you feel like being known is your issue, then bring some awareness to your product. That's it. And beat the streets, man. Let them people know you got something for sale and sell it.
Consistency and quality.
That's it.
That's really the backbone. Because if you're consistent and you constantly posting or have people posting, or it's like once you do that so much, people gonna feel like they know you because they see it all the time. Like they see this code repetitive, and it's always on the line or somebody's always wearing it. That's what I think being known means. Like
exactly. Like I've been blessed, and I'm not gonna be naive. I'm not gonna act like I don't know people, or what I'm saying, like Southside is small and people know me, and I haven't benefited from like maybe being a rapper years ago or being a man in the community that people know in high school or wherever you can associate yourself with. You encounter me in life and you say later on, okay, I want to buy a t-shirt from him because when I met him 10 years ago, he was cool. You know what I mean? I probably did benefit from something like that. But like I said, at the end of the day, I would never ever say because I am who I am, I don't have to work hard to get my business to the next level. I never said, man, I work in a high school. I've been working in a high school for the last 15 years. How many high school students have you think I have encountered in the last 15 years? If the school status of the school numbers are like 1,500 a year students, I'm walking through the halls every day. It's my job to get to know them, to talk to them, preach the gospel. We talk about brands and everything. I've encountered 1,500 times 15 students, people, and that Johnny falls right into what I'm doing. I sell clothes. That is they like streetwear. That Johnny, those kids. But I never once said, because I've encountered all those kids, all I gotta do is just stick my name out there one time. They're gonna know it's me and they're gonna buy it. Yeah. It's dead. I'm gonna have to put some muscle behind it. I'm gonna have to go hard. I'm gonna have to make them feel like my product is something they want to wear. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to put it on. I'm gonna have to look like something in it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to wear it every day. I've worn foreign exchange every day for the last 3 years. Go back and look at any of my Instagram posts, any of my Facebook posts. Every day for the last 3 years since this brand has been developed, I've worn nothing but foreign exchange every day. And before then, I did have a reputation for being somewhat of a person who could dress nicely. I didn't say it. It was said to me by my peers. I won best dressed in high school and won best dressed at the work competition. At work, when they're giving out praise or whatever, I went best dressed. So, you know what I mean? I didn't sacrifice or lose anything by wearing my own brand every day. Yeah. I didn't sacrifice anything. I didn't sacrifice none of my fly. I didn't sacrifice anything. Mm-hmm. I'm still winning the awards. When I work in a high school now. When I walk through the hall, they call me Mr. Drip, which is funny to me. Yeah. Because they're young. I'm an old man in a sense, right? They call me Mr. Drip. But all I wear is my stuff. I don't wear polo. I don't wear any of the... When I say I got on foreign, I'm talking about foreign exchange. Mm-hmm. I don't wear... I ain't been in Saxon forever. I haven't been in... I still buy jeans and stuff from the mall, but even then, it's just a couple pair of jeans or something. Everything else I wear. Sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, shorts, basketball jerseys, basketball shorts, windbreakers, dresses for females. I had those. I got whatever. We've made everything, and we wear it. But that's the only way you're gonna get some attention. You're gonna bring some awareness. You gotta stand up, put that thing on your back, and wear it every day. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta wear it till they tired of seeing it, and they're just gonna say, "Shit, I'm gonna wear it too." It got to be something wearing it every day. They wearing it. Big shout out to all my friends. I didn't go to any of my friends and say, "Look, man, I'm gonna make some clothes, and I want y'all to wear them. Y'all gonna wear it every day. We gonna bring awareness to it." They did it on their own. Like all of my friends, TJ, J Bird, Boston, Two, Jigga, Alonzo, Ella. Big shout out to Styles. We got the villain, the brand within the brand, the villain wear too. You know what I'm saying? But my guys did that because they wanted to support me. Al Tariq, they did it because they wanted to support me. They come to the Foreign Fridays, which is our nights at Bellas, because they wanted to support me. That's another thing that kind of pushed me forward and kind of helped this brand, get some legs. I had great support in the beginning, and I still have it now. I had people that stood up for me. My guys, they're the same way. Most of them, TJ, they've worn foreign exchange every day since. Some of them got more foreign exchange in their closet than I do. And it's all I wear. I don't wear nothing else. You know what I mean? So I've been lucky, man. I've benefited from a lot of great things. At the end of the day, man, ain't nobody going to support you but you. Right. And I wouldn't get down about a perceived lack of support. Because if you keep going, they coming. You know what I mean? If you build it, they coming. And you just got to keep going, man. You just got to keep going. You can't get discouraged with it. And I guess that's what I mean when I say I see those kind of posts. I kind of get more discouraged for those who think like that, or for those who wrote it, right? Because it ain't like that. You know what I mean? If you feel like that, just go hard. You know what I mean? Right. It ain't like that. Just go hard. You know what I mean? It's an audience for you out there. Somebody gonna tap in, and you're gonna be able to do something.
And also, I think that it's a big deal when you show people how confident in yourself and in your brand you are. I think people be attracted to that. It's just to see that energy of you wearing your own stuff all the time. It's because you believe that much in yourself and your brand. That's the same with the people who wear your stuff. They believe in your brand. They like the quality. They like everything about it. So, you got some niceness right there. You can put your hands on it. and you look dope in it, you make it look
Yeah,
dope. Yeah, that's you gonna people gonna start believing and more and more and more. Like yeah, every as much as they see it, they're gonna just believe and they gonna
that's
gravitate towards it.
big fat
Uh,
Lex. When I tell you some of these drops, we're getting out of here faster than I could get to them. It's like soon as I touched the box, them jumps was getting out of here. And like I said, and I want to thank the people, all of the people who have worn Foreign Exchange, supported us, came to a Foreign Friday, visited the site, come to any pop up, wear a t-shirt, leave a comment. I just want to thank all of those people. Like, seriously, like, I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm thanking them because without them, there's no motivation to move forward or to do anything else. Like, you can't get caught up in thinking about the next drop and designing more clothes if you ain't moving the clothes you got.
yeah,
So, you know what I mean? They've been really, really, really good to us. You understand what I'm saying? Very good to us. You know what I mean? We've been able to go strong. 3 years. We're going on. We're at 3 years, going on 4 years now with this brand, and we've had our ups and downs, but for the most part, man, it's been a real ride. It's been a real good ride. We've received a lot of love. You understand what I'm saying? And people say, we inspire, and that's important too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's blessings and inspiration. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If I inspire anybody to go out there and make some clothes, or because there's room for all of us, right? That's one of the things that I would hear early on too. Like people like, I don't know if like it was real, but I'm just here to set the record straight now because it has been said. I've heard it. I know people probably won't. Nobody's gonna hold that to me. Like I'm, like he's somebody else making clothes. He don't want to see other people make clothes. Or man,
hmm
how dare you? You understand what I'm saying? How dare you impose that kind of or put that kind of negative energy on me? Dog, nothing nobody do affects nothing I do. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Jerry Lorenzo ain't worrying about Lorenzo ain't worried about Ablo. You understand what I'm saying? Like Nike ain't worried about Adidas. You understand what I'm saying? So I would never be concerned. I can only root and hope somebody able, because it's room for all of us, man. And I hope if you got a brand that you're able to take it to the next level. But for under no circumstance think that Chris doesn't, or the good guys over here at the Foreign Exchange don't want to see other people excel. You understand what I'm saying? We run our race with blinders on. We don't really pay attention to what's going on around us, because then it's going to be pretty hard for us to get to where we're going, looking all around us. We just pay attention to what's in front of us and just root for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? But definitely not those things. Definitely not. Don't want to see nobody win. I've heard that goofy stuff in the past. I might have heard it like maybe one time, but that's enough.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Enough.
yeah.
I would hear that. You know what I mean?
So tell me, with that being said, give me three things that you think, as a business owner, a
Mm-hmm.
apparel owner,
Mm-hmm.
all these different things you got. Can you give us three things that you think you need, three keys you'll need to move forward in the business, and especially in the clothing area? Um, what are three things that you have to have, you must have to be successful?
Know-how, thick skin, and a work ethic.
Yep.
Like you have to have some know-how. And when I say some know-how, you gotta be the kind of person that's going to try to figure it out, right? Like, because doors are going to shut, and
Mm-hmm.
you got to be the person to be able to say to yourself, "Well, I'm gonna figure this out." Thick skin, because when you're an artist, whether it's music or whatever, when you put yourself in a position to have yourself good or to be ridiculed or whatever, you best believe all of the comments not going to be um, positive. You know what I'm saying? But just because you might drop a collection, and because everybody's a blogger now, anybody with a hand can type some in your comments. You know what I mean, and say some goofy stuff. So you just gotta have thick skin and know that, what I'm saying, this is what you chose, this is what you want to do, and stay the course. And work ethic. You just gotta be consistent, man. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. I don't think nobody wants this as much as I do.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think we show it in our work ethic. Like I say, what I'm saying, we do billboards. We've done radio ads. We've done Instagram ads. We've done flyers. We've done any kind of campaign, anything you think. We're just getting started. We're not even. That's light work compared to where we're going and what we're about to do. You know what I'm saying? We got this sneaker coming. In the next, it should. I expected it to be here by now, but like I said, this was my first rodeo, and tweaking it,
There you go.
and yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Look, bam, the FXC1. You know what I'm saying? And just to elaborate on that a little bit, that's just it's our first sneaker designed. It's our first sneaker designed by us, right? This is the second sample. We got our first sample. Initially, when we sent this sample back, when I okayed this, we thought this was gonna be it, and we were going into production. What happened is, after, just like anything else, you sat there, you continue to look at it a little bit more, you tweak it, you look at it from different angles, and you say, you know what, there's some adjustments we can make. So maybe a day before we were about to go into production for the bulk, I hit her like, can we tweak this? Can we tweak that? Because it's made from scratch. You know what I'm saying? It's the shoe is designed by us, manufactured by our manufacturers. And like I said, when I say designed by us. It's a lot. It's a big deal right there in the sneaker world with the Air Jordan 1 silhouette. A lot of people have taken that silhouette, which is just the Air Jordan 1, changed the logo. And a lot of people had success. You know what I'm saying? Not mad at nobody. One particular guy, man, they're going crazy. But this is not an Air Jordan 1. You know what I'm saying? And especially with Nike, it's crazy. Nike just trademarked that silhouette. I know if people knew that Nike had no trademark for the Air Jordan 1, they didn't when they got that and made it theirs for real.
Mm-hmm.
But Nike just trademarked it, and and they're coming through and they're getting that. All of the sneaker guys who are taking that silhouette and trying to do their own thing with it. Well, we won't have that issue. This is from scratch. This sneaker was designed by us. We came up with the design. We drew it from scratch. We got a tech pack. We went back and forth with artists, back and forth with the manufacturer until we got it the way we wanted. It's on the way. We did do a pre-sale. And to all of the people who participated in the pre-sale, thank you. Your shoe will be there soon. I couldn't imagine giving you anything outside of a perfect product. So we working on it. It's on the way. I'm going to show big love. When they get here, I got y'all. But the FXC1 is soon be in the streets. We got it low. We're coming with more colorways, matching merchandise, all of that. You understand what I'm saying? So just, be ready for that. They coming to a store near you. We're going to partner with some sneaker boutiques around here. Get a real campaign going, and we about to let these people know that, we are a full-fledged fashion brand. You understand what I'm saying? We're going into denim. Well, we already did denim jackets and everything, but we're going into jeans and more denim products next fall. And we're full-fledged, like I said, we're full-fledged fashion brand, fashion house, I guess.
Will the shoes be in all sizes, like for kids,
yeah,
everything?
Well, right now we won't have kid sizes, but we're starting like size 6 on up to like a 13 and a half. So that's what we and we got sizes in on up from 6 to 13 and a half.
So that exact color, that's the one that's dropping first?
Yes, ma'am. This is the first colorway. The one on your shirt, that's the first colorway. We're doing the white and red first, and then we're thinking about a couple of different ways to develop the second color. We may do a contest. We may get some feedback from some of our some of the people who vibe with us and visit us and purchase from us, and just try to get some feedback and see what colors they would want to see on it. You know what I mean? And then maybe even give them a chance to design some merch to go with it. You know what I mean? Just do some things to get them interacting and stuff.
Right.
Get the juice flowing.
So how since you have the actual design and everything, and you wait for the next one to come, for everything to come together, how long between the drops will you be able to figure out the colors and stuff like that? Like, is it months, weeks?
Yeah, because well, right now the process is, like I said, we have a board, so we'll come back and we'll sit down, we'll come up with a few colors, and we'll take some votes. And then we'll also take some input. But like I said, I think the idea that we're going to take to them is trying to allow some of the customers to, or some of our clients to provide some feedback and come up with a colorway of their own. But usually me as head designer and creative director, I come up with a lot of this stuff alone. I mean, not like I get feedback from my team, and then even sometimes my team will come to me with different ideas. Saying Illa, he does a great job with the Villain brand. Like I said, Villains is just a brand within the brand. It's like our Yeezy, right? He's our rapper. You know what I mean? That's his Yeezy. You know what I mean? His own brand, and he got some music coming soon too. So yeah, check him out. Yeah. So that's normally how we do it. We're gonna come up with a method, but it usually, right? This process has been very big. We started this process in late October. Late October, we started talking to our first manufacturer in late October. Didn't get a sample or a prototype until late February, early March, and we're still working on samples. You know what I mean? But like I said, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, the shoe will actually be landing. We're gonna get it to our pre-sale clients. We're gonna get it to them first, and then maybe a week later, make it available on the site to everyone else. But the feedback's crazy. You know what I'm saying? People, we did good with the pre-sales, and they get a lot of inquiries. You get a lot of inquiries about it. You know what I mean? People, they're ready to support.
They're ready to
support us. Yeah.
Awesome. Wonderful job. Thank you for that. You dropped a whole bunch of jewels on one.
Man, listen.
With that being said, we're gonna move to the other field that you in.
Okay.
Spoke a little bit about it earlier about being in the school, but I want to ask you how to start. How did you become the mentor that you are? Like, how did this come about as far as you want to be hands on with the kids?
The mentoring and my day job, which the QMHP, the mental health professional, it kind of went hand in hand. Mental health saved me. Being a QMHP saved me. I entered that field right around the time where I was making a real transition in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, anybody who knows, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Like I said, if you know me, you know what I come from. You know what I was at one time. And I was making a transition from a place that I was in and trying to move to a more positive place. You know what I'm saying? And that job came at a time where I probably needed it probably the most. And I'm not even talking about for the financial piece. You know what I mean? I really didn't have any direction at that time in my life. You know what I mean? I'm going into my 30s, no career, no real schooling. You know what I mean? No real, outside of the high school diploma, I made it a promise and an issue. I made it my business to get that, but no real schooling. So what happened was I go in the barber shop one day, and I said, "Bro, I'm looking for a job. Who hiring?" And they said, "Man, you can get a job at the school walking around with a kid all day." I said, "Walking around with one kid all day?" They're like, "Yeah, bro, you can walk around with them all day. It's kind of like babysitting, but ain't a whole lot to it." So I was like, "All right, cool, but I want to do that. Let's do that. I want to do that." Point me in the right direction. Gave me the number. I made the phone call. Got the interview like the next day. Got hired. Went in there, do what I do. Talk that talk. They said, "Hey, you want to take a chance on them?" I came in an entry level position. Didn't have to have a lot of schooling, and they put me in the school. When I got there, my life changed. I came to Huguenot High School in 2006, 2007. That was my first year doing it, and my introduction to it, I knew it was going to be something crazy. So they tell me, "Okay, Mr. Giles, you got to go to Huguenot. Your client is XYZ. Go find them. Be with them all day long." I go to the school. I go to the office. They tell me, "Your client down the hall, around the corner. That's his class." I get down the hall. I hear a lot of yelling and screaming. I'm like, somebody going crazy. I said, so I walk past where all of the commotion is, and I just going out, and because I can't find the kid, I'm like, "Yo, my name is Mr. Giles. I'm looking for such and such. Can you tell me where he is?" They said, "That's him right there." My client was on the floor. He was the one making the commotion. I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." That was my introduction. I hit the ground running my very first day, and but what happened was You know, I feel like God placed me there because, you know, he put me around a group of people who taught me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have the only skill I brought to the table was I was willing to learn and I was a people's person.
Mm-hmm.
So it made the job easier. It made it easier for me to like build rapport and penetrate issues and kind of get to the bottom of things. But then when I started working with my clients who did have the proper schooling and the proper trainings, and they would teach me how to write the notes, how to understand the terminology, you know, just all of the schooling, everything I needed to excel in the position. I mixed that with just my natural abilities, and I began to go up. So now I'm entering territory where now I'm there. I'm going up for positions that, you know, I should have maybe a bachelor's, maybe I should have this degree, but I didn't have any of it. So what happens is, um, it came a point where it almost felt like it was an attack on mental health, on the profession, because, you know, they wanted the people out of the business who they feel like didn't go to school or didn't earn a degree. They wanted them out of there. But I was blessed. The agency I was working for at the time, they felt myself and a couple of other guys who they felt like were worthy of the position who should be there. And I got grandfathered in. And then I was able to keep my job. 5 people kept their job. 55 people had to leave. So you think about that. And then
Wow.
I think about where I'm at now
Yeah.
and where that job has brought me to. You know what I mean? So outside of that, I got into the mentoring thing because now I'm in the school. I'm working with the children in the QMHP capacity, and I'm making a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
the parents are saying I'm making a difference. The kids are saying I'm effective. The word spreading around the school. You know, this guy's special. Like he got a special set of skills. He know what he's doing. The kids gravitate to me. You know what I mean? Got to the point I came down the hall. Kids could be fighting. Principal, police, nobody can stop me. I don't even got to stop. I just keep walking. Like, y'all cut it out. It stops immediately. Like the level of respect that they have for me also propelled me and pushed me to new heights and elevated me in the business because they said, man, he can reach the kids. And it's never an issue of me trying to be like them. You know, I never, even at this age, and I got into the business 14, 15 years ago. And I didn't come into the business saying, well, I'm going to be like a kid so they can relate to me. No, I am who I am. I'm just relatable. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The powers that be, well, some of the powers that be try to put bad stigma on you or try to undermine you because they're wondering like he has to be doing something unmoral. These kids are following him. It's just like they're listening to him. He what? But you know, upon further investigation, they found out I'm solid. I
Yeah.
just know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't wear Jordans because I'm trying to connect to a kid. I wear Jordans just because Jordan came out when I was in the 5th grade and I wore them ever since. You understand what I'm saying? I don't dress like how I dress because I want the kids to feel like I'm one of them. No, I dress how I dress because it's who I am. It's part of me. It's where I come from. It's what I do. Yeah, but in hindsight, that's the part that they connect to. That allows me to build a rapport. That allows me to knock down the walls that normally are up when somebody in my position try to come and speak to them about certain things. You know what I mean? They open up more to me. And, you know, it's been a blessing. I've been able to do great things like start my own mentoring agency, excel in the QMHP, go all the way up to the site supervisor, then get moved. Then because you know, eventually nothing lasts forever. Doors close on that. When that position closed, the work I had did in that capacity, I was in a new building and they were like, oh no, he's too good. He can't go anywhere. So I'm in a new high school after being at Hopewell, after being at Huguenot for 13 years. They sent me all the way to Hopewell. So after being in Hopewell, I was down there working in the mental health. And like I said, they axed the services. So all the agencies, they had to leave. They're no longer doing therapeutic day treatment, which was my position. The school then said, based upon my ability and my, you know, the work I was doing around it, they said now he's not going anywhere. Like he's not going anywhere. We're going to bring him in the building, going to give him a job, and going to make him one of us. And that's kind of what happened. They kind of developed a position that catered to my skills, and you know, and that's another thing I give them credit for as an entity or, you know, a school or whatever. they weren't afraid to roll the dice on something they knew was right. It might didn't look as polished as some people may be used to, or it might didn't look like, what they were used to, but it was identified as effective, and they knew that, it was benefits in keeping me around. And they kept me around, and they gave me the job, and I'm the behavior intervention specialist in Hopewell High School. You know what I'm saying? With my own mentoring agency. And, so but I love the jobs, man. It's fulfilling. It's nothing like feeling like you're making a difference. I've graduated a numerous amount of students. I've helped students, through some trying times. You know what I mean? It's so many, and I pay no attention to it, right? Because that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go into it keeping count of the things I do. Sometimes I lose track of stuff. I was in the line one time at a Family Dollar, so I was picking up a few items for the house. Might have been Walmart. And somebody picked up the tab and he was like, "No, Mr. Giles, I got it." And I couldn't remember. I mean, he had to know me because he said my last name. But I couldn't remember him because I encountered so many kids. But he just gave me a story as to, like, I was there for him when he needed me. He'll never forget it. And he paid for my stuff. It had to be like $40, $50 worth of stuff. But he paid for it with his money. It could have been $10 worth of stuff. He paid for it with his money. And he wouldn't let me tell him no. But because he felt compelled to show me that he appreciated me. And that meant the world. That means everything. That means everything. You know what I mean? The check is nice. The check is good. I benefit from the check. I get to do some things with the check. But, just the response from the children, just knowing I'm making a difference. That's everything. That makes it worth it.
It's nothing like getting up though and getting a check and knowing that you're doing what you love to do, because it's to a lot of people wake up and they might get some bread, but they not happy at what they doing and not making it. I mean, you make a difference by making stuff. I guess when you go to people's company, work with other people, I guess you're making a difference.
Right.
But like a difference, and it's a long term difference. A lot of people don't get that don't get that choice. They don't have that in their life, and that make a big difference. And also, I think for kids to, growing up, when you get older, you think back, and I remember people that was in my life and that did stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big deal. Like for you to be implanted in somebody's memory, for as long as they live, that's a real big deal, and it, to be something positive that helped them transform into the person they are today. But I know all good stuff, some bad stuff. So when you jumped into this, and you excelled as you did,
right?
What are some things that you can remember, or some challenges you can remember that you faced that was totally out of your element, like something that you had to like literally adjust to?
Let me think, Lex, because and I don't want to be making it sound like every run was a perfect run. I haven't had a lot of adversity, right? The only thing that tugs at your heart sometimes is just like in any business, especially in this business, and when you're servicing the people, right, a people's business, it's hard to work with these children and not become attached to them at some level, right? What's even harder is to work with them and see them have to go through some of the things they go through, right? That's the only part some days when you say, well, some days it takes a little much out you. You hear stories, because these children go through a lot. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was my business to let my colleagues know that. You know what I mean? Some of my man, like I said, my colleagues are dope, man, because they listen to me. You know what I mean? And they have more education and more know-how when it comes to some of that stuff. But they give me an ear because they know. And I just try to explain to them that, man, some days you don't know what these kids go through before they get there. You know what I mean? That kid at first period that's barking or not being as cooperative as you may have liked them to be. You don't know what he went through. He might not have ate breakfast. God forbid something terrible could have happened to him. You know what I mean? Before he got there, something crazy. With this world and some of the sickos in it, right? Like you never know what took place. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff. Or dealing with a kid who doesn't, whose situation, right? Like he's in a situation that is trying, is hurting, and the parent is not as engaged as they may be. Because one thing about it is you can't tell a parent how to parent.
Right.
I can't tell nobody how to raise theirs. I can't tell nobody how to do them, right? So you go into these situations and you're feeling like, you know that the disconnect is that the parent is not as on task or as suited for the job as they maybe should be, right? I think that's the most trying times when you or the most or the tugging me the most. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of issues with colleagues, job. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to act like it's been a perfect ride, but it hasn't been. It hasn't been as turbulent as one might think. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been as turbulent as someone might think. It's been a good ride. But those are the things, some of the challenges that's getting in there and having to deal with a parent who may not be as engaged or may not be as in tune with what's going on with the child as they maybe should be, which makes it harder for you to penetrate the issues and kind of make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
That kind of was the question I was ready to get into. Actually, I was gonna ask you, why is what you're doing so important when it comes to the kids that may be struggling outside of school? So that kind of you kind of touched on that.
Right.
Um, but with that also, how important is it for you to maintain your mental health though, while you got all these things going on and you trying and you being a mentor and you working with the kids inside of school, you a husband, you a dad, you all these different things. So how important is to secure that up here?
It's very important because my mental is everything to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mind is like my number one tool. You know what I mean? I do a lot of I, I have to be organized, right? Because so much goes on in a day, and I can't find myself in a position where my mind's slipping. I'm forgetting different things. So I try to take real good care of my mental health. I try to, and with me being a mental professional, I know how important it is. A mental health professional, I know
Mm-hmm.
how it is to take care of my own mental. So I try to, implement little things that that allow me to calm down and kind of get myself together. I do a lot of my downtime. I may travel with the family, but for the most part, in my later age, I'm like a house person. I like to spend time in the house. I got my little work area, you know what I'm saying, where I come down and I spend a lot of time here and I just sit. Even in my downtime, I might be doing like a little research, but I make sure I sit down and find my days to just do nothing because I
Yeah.
know what it is. I spend time with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with my wife. Um, that's important to me. Family's important to me. And in the older age, family is way more important to me than It's always been important to me, but I realized the importance of being there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when I was young, I was just as busy. I just was on stupid type time, but I was just as busy, and I wouldn't make time for certain things. Not to say that whatever I was into was more important. I just wouldn't make time for certain things. Family reunions, I may have skipped out on 100 of them. I just, it was always felt like it was just something for Chris to do. But
Mm-hmm.
my later age, I understand that I have to take time and slow down and spend time with the loved ones and give people the energy and the time they deserve. I come sometimes I might not see my daughter 15 minutes out the day. The littlest one, the 3-year-old, 3-year-old, before soon. I might not see her, and then I'm like, oh no, that's when I tell myself, oh no, you gotta sit down, cause she'll say, "Daddy, Daddy, I'ma see you." That's when I gotta slow down. I
Yeah.
gotta. When she say, "Daddy, Daddy, I'ma see you," it's time to sit down. It's time to slow down. You're moving too much, guy.
So how important is it? You just say you got a daughter. Um,
Mm,
how important is it to be there, right?
right.
But also show them what it means to build and put in that work and to maintain the right way. Because they looking up to you,
Mm,
as the provider and the muscle.
yeah.
How can you? I mean, the balance is always gonna be there because it's
Yeah.
something you gotta do.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
how important is that? Like that they see you as like
It's the most important that
right.
they see, especially. I got all girls, right? I got all girls. My oldest is 25. My my youngest is 3. My middle, she's just turned 14 on yesterday. So I have all girls, and I think it's very important for them to see a man earn, right? It's important that they know what an earner looks like. It's important that they know what a go-getter looks like. And I preach to them the importance of not settling. You understand what I'm saying? And I teach them to go get it themselves. That's the ultimate teaching. I want them to know and to learn how to do it on themselves, so they'll never depend on anybody for nothing. But when it do come time for you to choose a mate, or for you to choose someone that you're gonna, be with or whatever, then you're gonna know what to look for in that person. You're gonna know what qualities to look for, what traits to look for: hardworking, respectful, um, family oriented, that kind of stuff. I try to show my babies that, and in return, my oldest, she always wanted to be like me. My oldest, Essence, she man, listen, you can't tell her she ain't little jelly.
Yeah.
And even with the 13 with a 14-year-old, she sees, like, she's around now. She sees the things I'm doing with the brand, and she's just as much into fashion. She likes the brand. She's drawing. She wants her own brand. She's drawing designs. You know what I mean? She wants the YouTube channel. She wants the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm encouraging all of it. Plays basketball. I'm encouraging all of it. You know what I mean? My youngest, my 3-year-old, she's here. She gonna see it. I'm encouraging her. She gonna teach. She's never too young. We teach her the same thing. Daddy do this, so you can do this. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I enjoy it. Huh?
I said you said the bar high. Like
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I even tell my young ladies at school, you know what I mean, don't let these jokers fool you. You know what I mean? You deserve better. Like, I may be holding the door for one of them, and I tell them, if the little dude you deal with can't do this, you let him go past you. You understand what I'm saying? If he can't hold the door for you, you let him go past you. If he can't speak to you in a respectful manner, you let him go past you. If all he want to do is FaceTime and talk crazy to you, you can do without him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, that's just my vibe. That's just where I'm at. Like, the kids are very important to me. I mean, they're very important to me, man. I love what I do. I mean, all around the board, I love everything I do. I love my busy days. I love working for the brand. I love working in the school. I love being a mentor. I love being a family man. It makes me who I am. It makes me who I am.
So I got 2 more questions for you because you
You
did awesome, and my screen even timed out, and you didn't even notice.
Now you dope. You dope.
So tell me, with all this that you're doing,
yes.
Sometimes it's hard to think about when you in your zone, you in your flow, and you getting things accomplished. Sometimes it's hard to appreciate yourself and the things that you've done because it's what you want to do. So it's like in your mind, it's like you ain't doing nothing other than what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
So what do you want people to think? Like, not that it matters, but sometimes it does. What do you want people to think when they say your name, or they say your brand, or they see your clothes? Like, what's the first initial thought you want them to think of?
Ultimately, I want to be remembered as a good person with a dope clothing line. I mean, when it pertains to those two things, I just remember as a good person that had a dope clothing line. You know what I mean? A good-hearted person. He played fair with everybody. He did what he was supposed to do. He gave something back. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it ain't a whole lot to ask for. I ain't trying to be the most popular person. I ain't trying to be the your perception of me is just that. It's your perception. I don't give a think about me. You know what I mean? If you ask somebody, that might be their favorite. If you ask somebody else, they might hate my ass. It all depends on who you ask.
It's a part of the game.
Part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody said if you ain't doing something right,
right, you ain't got no haters. You ain't doing something.
That's what I'm saying. So they come with the territory.
That's right.
So pertaining to the children,
yes.
What's your ultimate goal overall when it comes to the children that you didn't came in contact with, that you will come in contact with? What's your ultimate goal? Of course, being a mentor, but
my ultimate goal is to help them reach their goals. You know what I mean? That's it. It's not, I don't have a whole lot of souped up or answers on steroids. Like, it's simple, quick, and cut to the chase. My goal is to help them reach their goals. You know what I'm saying? If I'm dealing with a particular student, mentee, just a child, and they expressed to me that they want to get to the next level. They're going through some issues they need to deal with. If I can help them deal with the issue that's in front of them, then that's my goal. And leave an impression, right? Like if they go away from the situation saying, "Well, Mr. Giles is a good dude. He helped me out." I mean, that's it. That's it. I don't need nothing else. I don't even really need recognition.
Yeah.
We live in a day and age where people are on the well, give them his flowers while they're here. And that's important. You're right. Give them their flowers. But, you know, if you don't give them to them, I'm just going to get my own. Because I know what I bring to the table. I'm not ready.
That's the number one thing.
Not ready.
So
Not ready.
tell us, this it right here.
Yeah.
This
So this is what I'm not gonna act like I get interviewed daily, but I've done a few, and I gotta say this has been one of the more smoother, funner, and more insightful interviews I've probably done in a long time.
I appreciate it.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Like I said, with all these things you got going on, like I know the goal of what I was trying to do with this interview. I hit it. I hit it on the mark. And
Right.
You've been a mentor.
Yes.
Tell the people, if you open to it, if people want to hit you about things or want to just kick your talk, or
Yeah.
just get some inspiration from you, like on a one-on-one basis. Like, how
Yeah.
can they reach you?
My joint wide open, right? Like, you can hit me up if you're a follower. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? It's the foreign exchange _CA. Or you can hit me on Facebook and just send me an inbox, send me a DM, and just say Chris, whatever the issue may be. If you just need an ear, or if you just need somebody to speak to, or just run something past me, or just some insight. You know what I mean? How to get into mentoring, how to QMHP, how to write a note, how to start a brand, whatever. Man, I'm here, man. You know what I mean? I try to make myself. I want to be one of the most approachable dudes possible, right? I don't want to be the guy that they say, man, you can't even approach him, you can't even talk to him, bro. Think this, bro. Think that. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that can give a hand and can provide somebody, leave somebody with something that they can use and help push themselves to the next level. That's what it's all about, right? At the end of the day, everybody just wants to provide for their family, provide some type of quality living for their family, and stay out the way. You know what I mean? It's not hard now. It ain't nothing like it used to be. I be on the scene, be in the spot, this, that. Man, I just want a peace of mind. I just want to come home and just make sure everybody all right. That's it.
And that's it. Like I be trying to tell people that like that. If you didn't ever, and then, I don't want to sound crazy, but like I feel like for those who ever like been in some and been through some, it's like that has all after you go through things. That's the ultimate goal. Like the simplest things is the only thing you want at this point because
simplicity, man, is everything.
like,
man, like at this age, man, or this stage in life, man, and when I say age, I ain't talking like 50, none of that. I'm talking like just an adult with adult responsibilities, man. You don't have no whole lot of time for no foolishness, man.
No.
You want to get home to them babies. You just want to get home to your old lady, your old man, and vibe out and just stay out the way, man. Just stay out the way.
Just make sure you see the next day. See them.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to see the next day.
Yeah, that's a blessing all time. So
in itself.
Yes. So I hope I cover everything.
Man, you were crazy. Yes, yes, you did.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you got anything you want to say? Anybody? You got any?
Well, let me see. First and foremost, I want to tell everybody, check out Lex. Support her. You know what I mean? We need more of that. We need to support. It's not just about her being a female and none of that. We support our own, period. You understand what I'm saying? Support those who support you. Support somebody who's doing something. Support somebody who's doing something the right way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, go get it. Motivational mindset. You know what I'm saying? The podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast, not a podcast. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. The Go Get It Motivational Mindset podcast is not a podcast. Tap in, man.
That's it.
On big up. She motivating the youth. Man, I done seen her. She done talked to more big dogs than a lot of people. And I'm following her lineup because she hit me up you hit me up about 2-3 weeks ago and told me we was gonna do this. So I've been I've been following the lineup ever since. And man, you have some big dogs on this joint. Some big dogs on here, man.
Yeah. So I'm going in, like,
yeah, I think
going
that
in. Like, it's either yay or nay.
yeah, it's
Which
either
one you
yeah or
wanna
nay,
do?
right?
Which
Right,
one you want to do?
right.
That's it.
Either
It's
yeah
the mission. You know what I mean? I feel it, and it's crazy that you said it because, like, there's people that's following the page I don't know at
yeah,
all, but they'll
yeah.
just say something under the post like, "I needed to hear this,"
Fact,
or "I'm motivated."
fact,
Like, that right there is the battery. Like,
fact. That's
the
the battery.
battery.
That's all you need to
That's all I need.
wake up the next day, fix up the set, load up the camera, and go back to it again. That's
That's
all
it. That's it.
you need,
That's
man.
all I need. All these people that just want to hear something, like, they can, all they need is for somebody that they don't know to tell them, "I was just like you, and you can do it."
And
That's
you can,
it. And it's all you off to the races.
man. I'm trying to tell you, that's real talk. But yeah, but before I go, I'm gonna shout out the website too. Before we go, definitely want to do that. Give a big shout out to my brother, Pep, CEO Pep, Big Tom, my team, the good guys over at Plus Finder Clothing, um, Al, J Bird, TJ, Lonzo, Ella, Wet Gang. Um, the list goes on, man. Big shout out to my brother and Biggie. Like I said, they got some acts. Skeeter Phelps, he got a project dropping. Illa got a project coming. Illaverse that's dropping soon. My guy 804E. Everybody working, man. Everybody is working. But the website www.thefxcstore.com.
And they can get everything that you got right there online.
And more. You know what I mean? And more. This is just a little bit of stuff. You know what I mean? Everything available except the sneaker. You know what I mean? But this, we got everything. We got villains jerseys. You know what I mean? We got jerseys. We got tees. We got ball sets. We got everything, man. Rock with us. You know what I mean?
So quick question. So people that's like me who want to be who want they stuff right then and there, do they have that option?
Yeah, you had the option. Like we have through, like I said, we have the pop-up series. Then you can order off the internet and we ship the next day. And I still do hand to hand. Like you could call me, you can DM me and say, Chris, I want a piece, cash at me or whatever, and I'll meet you with it. I'll deliver it to you. You know, I think that's a lot. Cause I'm still hands on. Like I'm not out here trying to act like, oh no, I don't deliver, or you just gotta hit my website. Just hit the site.
Money is money.
People hate to hear that. Like somebody wants to shop with you, and you're in the city, you're local, and somebody wants to shop with you, and you tell them, oh, just hit the site. You're not affording them that opportunity to interact. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that's just as important to some people, because that's their chance to see if to feel you out, to see if you're if you're worthy of their money. You understand what I'm saying? So when you shoot them and you say, oh, just hit the site. I'm gonna just hit the site. I know it's big dog stuff to get to see your phone click and you getting some website orders. I loved it. When I got my first website order, good grief, I was happy. I did the Dougie. But, you know, still remember that, you know, it's a pocket of people who want to be touched.
Yeah. So that's what turned me off. Somebody's site, and I know you live 10 minutes away from me, and you tell me to hit the site, I'm not even gonna go to the site.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, I'm not, but that's just like, that's me, because I like to be hands on, like you said. Like, if you got something, like if I go to your website and you still got to put my stuff in a bag and seal it up and put a sticker on it and drop it off at the mailbox, I feel like I could just meet you somewhere. You don't even have to, like, you don't even have to do that.
Save on postage and everything.
Yeah, like but it's not, like you said, it's not a bad thing to have your stuff on the site at all. No, don't get me twisted. But I'm just saying, like, you're right. Like, you just gotta have that option sometimes, especially, you know, if somebody spending money with you, pick the money up.
I want to build with the client. Like, I wish I could. I pray for the day. Like, I'm always going to be in the school. Even if I get $1 million, I'm going to work in somebody's school. I'm going to still be there with the kids, whatever. But I pray for the day where I could just run around all day long, meeting clients and giving them product. That's the day I pray for. That's the day I know I made it. When all I'm doing is running around meeting people who are ordering from me. That's when I know. I have to
take like 3 breaks from school.
Facts. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like,
lunch break.
Lunch break. 2 lunch break. I be back, y'all.
Yeah, no question. Yeah.
main office, Mr. Giles here, I go out there and hit him with a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Ooh, with the bus round, the bus loop.
yeah, exactly.
Outside.
The
Yeah.
bus loop. We met the bus loop. But
No question.
I love it, man. I love it. I enjoy it.
Yes. But thank you for coming on today.
Yes.
You said a bunch. And
Yeah.
I know, like I told you, this interview hit the target.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
It felt like
I'm got to get the rest of my clothes from you.
Yeah. Oh, we're locked. I told you soon.
Yeah.
We're locked.
Don't forget, though.
No, come on, man. Come on now.
All right. I want my clothes.
Yeah, so when I see y'all, when I wave, don't shake it on me. You know, we cool now.
I will pull off. Roll the window up. Nah, none of that. It's a lot. You took your time out and trusted me with your story. I know you said you did interviews before, but you trusted me with this delivery, and I greatly appreciate it. What you're doing is awesome. You know, awesome. I know I can't say it enough. People can't say it enough. But I think people need to showcase these black men that got their hands on in the community doing things that might be minor to them because they love to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my job. So that's what I'm doing right now.
need these platforms. People need a place where they can come and talk their talk.
Yeah.
Kind of bring awareness to what they got going on. And like I said, and to motivate the people, man.
Yes.
This is so important. This is so needed. It's so dope. And, you know, we appreciate you, the good, great folk over here at the Foreign Exchange. We appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. So, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
So you share it, talk about it.
You already know.
Yeah. So it touch the people that need to see it. That's my job.
Let's run these views up.
That's my job.
You deserve that. Let's do that.
Appreciate
you deserve that. Let's go.
All right. And then don't forget my clothes.
I got you.
Thank you.
Whole lot of that. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Later, baby.